about somebody who has been watching your socials and trying to figure out what's going on for you. It could be partly, I want to feel closer to you. So if I'm watching your story or seeing what you post, then I don't feel so far away from you. But it could also be because if this person does indeed want you back, they might be trying to figure out if you are already like dating somebody else or if you are actually available if they were to come back around. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chanten. And I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Tabitha. How are you doing? I've always loved that name. All right, let's dive in with the Noisy Tarot. That's not the real name. It's like the only one where I've given it a nickname because it is the noisiest when I shuffle. But it also has pretty cool, let's see if I can find a good example. Like, is it holograph or hologram? I think it's holograph, right? And I think you can find it on Amazon. If you look for classic tarot and like holograph or hologram, you'll find it. Anyways, hello Amanda, how are you doing? Hello Dana. What's up, bestie Tiana? Hello Puchitata. Hello Lemonade, what's going on? All right, so what have we got here? King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles and the reverse. This is somebody who feels more confident this time around. Maybe when they first met you, or when you had your first flirtation, or if you were actually in a relationship, whenever that happened, I think they kind of realized they weren't really as mature as they could have been, or they didn't approach it with the level of care and respect that they should have. So I feel like there's awareness here over what went wrong. Why did I lose this? Why did you walk away? What would I do differently? What do I need to communicate? So I think they've had a little bit of introspection, a pretty good start at least. Hey, Matt. Ooh, he's safe in the snowstorm. Oddly enough, I actually woke up to a little bit of frost on the ground, but I think it's probably gone by now. It's supposed to get, I think, up to like 50 or something. So no more winter. Yeah, I think everyone got hit by a little bit of a cold snap. Maybe not everyone. That's excessive. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's something that this King of Swords has noticed about you that has changed. So remember that we don't take the gender too seriously in tarot, because you could come out as the King of Swords or as the Queen of Wands. It doesn't matter what your gender is. These are energies, or if you want to think about it that way, attitudes. It's like a slice of what people generally exude as far as when you interact with them. What kind of intentions are they working with, right? This is a King of Swords thinking about this King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So in other words, this is why we don't pay close attention to the gender, or too close. This individual who's being watched, the social media that somebody is really enamored of, it's this King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands energy. Someone who has a really healthy sense of confidence. It's not arrogance. It's not I'm better than everyone. It's just I know what I like about myself, and I'm not going to let anybody make me feel bad about things that I'm proud of. And I do feel like this is someone who is seen as relatively attractive physically. It's just that that's not like, they don't view that as their biggest asset, right? This is someone who has had change in their life. They may have moved, they may have started a new job, they may have a new group of friends, they may be in a relationship. But there is change that indicates The distance between these two has been more painful for the King of Swords than it has been for the King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. This is somebody who has done well or flourished, and the King of Swords is trying to figure this out. And the weather is very twilighty. That's funny. Hello, James. How are you doing? Hello, Jalissa. Hello, Hot Cheetos. Hello, Mommy. Should I say Mamie? I don't really like calling anyone Mommy. Jalissa, let me know if you've got a question, and thank you for the tip. I appreciate you. Yes, I hope you've been enjoying some nice weather. Better than what I've had anyways. Hello, Stella. Hello, Famous. Hello, Nancy. Excuse me. Just throw all my cards everywhere. My. This person, this King of Swords, lots of air energy. Also has the Eight of Swords clarifying the King of Swords, which is somebody who has been blocked mentally, emotionally. Someone who maybe feels like they understand social dynamics or your connection better than they really do. Because now, after some time has passed, they're realizing that they didn't know what they thought they knew, that they read you wrong, or that they were a little bit blind to what they could have done. So this is why they're thinking about coming back around. I know what I did wrong back then. I feel like, I acknowledge things differently, or I approach conversation more maturely. They see this King of Pentacles as the Empress. Someone who actually understands how to give and receive love. You can make as many jokes as you want about that. I probably won't hear them. But it's more so that without really trying too hard, this King of Pentacles, Empress energy is somebody who knows how to navigate romance or even platonic love in a way that is like watching a pro figure skater. Like, it looks so easy, but I know I would totally ruin that. This is someone who seems to have regained balance or found happiness much faster than the King of Swords would have expected after this separation. Did I miss Rachel? Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? Hello, MD. Aw, that's sweet. I guess I didn't realize, is it a holiday? It's Veterans Day? Is that why you're saying that? Because then thank you to the veterans. Hello, Sabashran? Sorry, I didn't know where to stop with that one. Hello, Amazing Cat. How are you doing? Oh, enjoy your party. All right, let's get a few from the Poe Tarot. Hello. Can I just call you Copy? Oh gosh, Rachel, I would have probably missed that entirely because, I don't know, I haven't really looked at a calendar lately. So thank you. We have the Knight of Wells and the Two of Quills. So that's the Knight of Cups and the Two of Swords. As a thing of art, nothing could be more admirable than the painting itself. But it could have been neither the execution of the work, nor the immortal beauty of the countenance, which had so suddenly and so vehemently moved me. Yeah, I think there's definitely some strong physical attraction here, and that this King of Swords may have underestimated what kind of character, personality, or intentions they may have found when they were getting to know this King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Empress energy. Because this is someone who's very balanced. This is somebody who feels good about who they are and likely has some pretty strong boundaries. Maybe they didn't as much back then, but they definitely do now. Believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. So this is someone who feels like maybe I'm just assuming that everything is better for this person based on what I see on their social media. Maybe they're making it look better than it actually is. What? No, nobody ever does that on social media. Everybody's really honest and says, this is what my life is really like. Right? So they're going back and forth. They're trying to figure out, is this Empress really like unbothered going through that glow up? Or is it something that they're kind of manipulating or avoiding? How is the week looking? Sorry, I had to scroll back and see if Jalissa had offered up a question. Is the week looking? Thank you, Jalissa. Hello, Klaus. How are you doing? Hello, Ghosts. Hello, Grants. Hey, Lee. How are you doing today? Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing you want to know what's up with that. And was there more to that? Yeah, I got you, Jalissa. Sometimes I make it more difficult for myself by not capturing it in the moment. Then I have to scroll back up, which is kind of silly, but it happens. I'll look into that, Lee, but I just want to make sure if there was anything more that you were adding on to that, because it kind of repeated. So I'll keep my. I'll try to catch if you comment again. But thank you for the tip. Just want to make sure I get the question for you. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have to agree with Rachel. I would also say I hope you're not, doing therapy for people. Hello, MDS. How are you doing? From Manhattan? I hope it's not too cold for you. It's cold down here. Hello, ASMI. How are you doing? I do often address personal questions about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes into the reading. I start with the general reading first. And you may have caught me already starting my list here of folks that donate or tip. But I do also like to do some pre-questions now and then as well. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands again, the Queen of Candles. Oh, lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come o'er far off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. So this is somebody who is different from all the rest, but is like celebrated or confident because of that. Trying to think of a good example. I mean, I guess the easiest example in my mind is Lady Gaga because like she will show up wearing like an indoor plant and have the confidence of a supermodel. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. I feel like supermodels in general are pretty confident, but they also get rejected and criticized constantly. So that could be a misconception on my part. But I feel like we have someone here who's just like, yeah, I know I'm not like everybody else. Okay, I want to give a different example. How about Tilda Swinton? She's like not like anybody else, but she moves and speaks with eloquence and confidence, right? Very much so. I know I'm different, but either like it or you don't. Whatever, right? Hello, Apoorva. How are you doing today? Hello, Cars. How are you doing? Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Mira. Make sure you check out the videos as well. When you get gifted a membership, it's usually the Chariots, which gives you access to the shorts that I do for members, as well as usually about once a week, I post like a 10 to 14 minute long, 10 to 14, oddly specific, Carmen, long video that doesn't have live chat, so it doesn't get interrupted, which is kind of, it's a nice balance to it. Hello, Mudu, how are you doing? Hello, Frankie. I hope you're having a good day. Yes, indeed. I don't know if I showed you the card, but there you are. So definitely a little bit of intimidation, perhaps, because the King of Swords hasn't had the same flavor of confidence as this Queen of Wands. It feels to me like this King of Swords has been a little bit less familiar with themselves and what they embrace. Hello, Rotten. How you doing? How many seconds off? Don't do that to me. I have to like figure it out at some point. Is it I think it is. Well, I would first say, I've got your question written down, so thank you, Apoorva. I would first say that whenever you make a decision regarding a complicated relationship, I think it is perhaps even approaching insanity if you make that decision and literally never second guess it. Like, I second guess like breakfast choices or beverage choices. Like, when it's something that important, I think you just have to be able to run with it and anticipate it's going to be one of those things that you might hem and haw over or question whether or not it was the right decision. But I've got you on my list. I'll start those personal questions here in about 15 minutes, okay? Put away your abacus. Oh, thank you, Rachel. All right, so hello, Surya, how you doing? We've got the mice card, which is number 23. This card talks about loss, grief, sadness. And as a contrast, we have number 12, which is the birds, kind of happy looking card that talks about good news. So basically, what I'm telling you is whoever this is from your past who wants you back, they're coming through with a lot of air. So that would be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. But this is probably also because, like, it doesn't have to be because that's their astrological sign. It could be because they are just in their head a lot, trying to adjust what it was that caused them to mess things up with you. And they're realizing as they watch your social media that you're doing pretty well, that you are not waiting around or codependent, that you know how to invest in the things that are important to you. Coming through is the Empress, somebody who's capable of building an empire. Say what? That's kind of a big deal, right? Oh, you know Julie. Yeah, capable of building an empire, Julie. Yeah, that one. Like, don't you just want people to talk about you that way? Hello, Peter. How's it going? Hello, Ken. I appreciate that, Matt. Which really just, I'm sorry if I talk about this too much. It makes me think back on being in Norway. It's just like a small hotel, but they would have fresh fruit and cheese and bread. Just like a breakfast buffet, but like not greasy and awful for you. I could hang out there all day. On the raccoon diet. I'm doing well, thank you. Although I will admit I am getting hungry, so you may hear a stomach growl or two. We've got the stars, which is number 16. So I think this person looks at your information or looks at your accounts at night. They may have an account that you don't know is theirs, i.e., like a catfish or like a sneaky account. Hello, how's it going, Redbeard? But they see that you have been undeterred from where you are meant to go, that your path is still as visible to you, or that things are becoming easier for you. It makes them nervous. If you're so happy and everything's going so well for you, are you going to, feel pretty good about just ignoring me? Or do you feel like it's because you don't have to deal with me anymore? Hello, Kevin. Did you really, Matt? Are you kidding? Oh, Lord. All right, so we have number 34. Good news. I told you. So this is like an extended Lenormand, by the way. This is definitely someone who's worried because you seem to be moving forward. You seem to be building the life that you want. There are people who are interested in you or people who are supportive of you, and they're starting to feel left out. They're starting to feel like maybe you don't miss them or you don't need someone like them. And that's, for some of you, like pushing them to finally go through some of that healing or growing up that they've needed to do because they don't want to miss out, right? We had the Chariot after the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, which is after a sense of loss or grieving, somebody is basically posed with the question or at a crossroads where they have to decide, am I going to go for this? Am I going to actually like do my best and approach this the right way? Or am I just going to be like, I already lost it. It happens, whatever. I'm happy for you, Kevin. Dang, Matt. Sounds like an episode of Alone. This is the Santa Muerte. We have the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think this is someone who's basically saying, if I wait too long, I'm going to miss out on my opportunity. I may never be able to see you again, or you may get into a really serious relationship or decide to move, way far away. So I have to deal with the things right now that make me feel like I'm not good enough. And I hope this is genuine where somebody is saying, maybe I need to seek out some therapy. Maybe I need to have that conversation with my family member. Maybe I need to be honest with myself about how I feel. I hope this is like good intentions, right? Like if I really want to be with this person that I view as the Empress because they are very capable of loving, then I have to be willing to do right by the situation. I can't just go up there and be like, hey, are you on the clearance shelf? Like, can I just like not do as much as I normally would because I don't know, for some reason you have lowered your standards? Like, good luck with that. That'd be like if I walked into, I don't know, name a random restaurant and said, how about instead of paying you $10 for that thing, I pay you $4? They'd look at me like I was insane. This is someone who has been honest or has been thinking about, and therefore been more honest with themselves about where they were lacking in what they had to offer you, why you took your love away, and what impact that had on them versus you. I think they're starting to realize that part of the reason you are unbothered, part of the reason you are creating a better life for yourself or moving in the right direction is because you focus on healing, is because you make sure that people in your inner circle are worthy of being in that inner circle. that they are supportive, but also willing to call you out on your ish, right? I think they're realizing that part of the reason they like you or love you is because you're kind of like no BS, right? So then they got to go that way or they lose it. No problem. Ooh, Lord. Is that a movie reference? I hope that's a movie reference. All right, so we have the Three of Swords, someone who feels heartbroken. This King of Swords feels like they generally are the one who is unbothered. They're usually the one who somebody is obsessed with or can't stop thinking about. Maybe they're used to being the one that got away, even if they weren't treating people the right way. But because you are respectful and loving in the way you approach relationships, they're realizing that it's the other way around. You maybe weren't trying to get me to be obsessed with you, or you weren't maybe intentionally trying to be manipulative, but you were basically able to give me a dose of my own medicine, right? The way I approach things was get them to keep coming back for more, even though I don't necessarily treat them the right way. Whereas this Empress, King of Pentacles is like, I'm good on my own. Either treat me the right way or like, toodaloo. Thank you, Rachel. All right, so we have the Two of Cups. They're starting to question those times where they thought they were in love. They're starting to question how they looked at or defined love. Whoever this King of Pentacles Empress is for the King of Swords, they have taught them a lot because of an honest approach to love. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, and the Sun. They see you as very wise. They see you as smarter than the other people that they dealt with. You read the subtext. You know what's really going on. Your intuition helps you to see things that other people miss, helps you to discern who is actually worth keeping in that inner circle or who maybe needs to like keep it moving, right? Hey, Donald. Hello, Mac. How are we doing today? I know. All right. This is the Egyptian tarot. Tiana, do you think there's a Dumb and Dumber tarot deck? Who would be the fool? Would it be both of them like arguing over it? I'm just curious. What do you think? We've got the Five of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Oh, fine. I guess you're the one that got away, not me this time. And I guess if I want like more interaction with you, I have to actually like chase you. You're not going to come back. You're fine with it being over. They're just kind of like having one of those moments where they're like kicking at the gravel road. Like, fine, you win. You did better than me. They might question whether or not they really deserve you, right? Thank you, Donald. Is it okay if I pull a few random cards for you? Bonjour, John. How are you doing? Y'all are killing me. If not, maybe they'll let us make it. Right? All right. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Knight of Wands, Temperance. Makes me think of a certain Ashnikko song. I think it's called Working Itch. Yeah. I'm totally missing the letter B in there somewhere. And I'm also missing my ring. Where did I? Oh, there you are. Okay. Is that weird for you guys too? Hello. I'm going to go with Mike. How are you doing? LOL. I know. It's such a good one, isn't it? And plus, she seems like pretty chill, right? Thank you, Dana. From Mom and Grandpa. I got you. And thank you. All right. What else do we have? Ace of Wands in the reverse. Page of Swords. The Moon. Uh-oh. So they're watching your social media, thinking about how they failed or kind of like fumbled this connection, right? Thinking, at least I know it's not easy for someone to convince you to get into a relationship because I know you have high standards. You were quick to feel comfortable walking away or trying to meet someone new because I didn't meet your standards, right? So they feel like there's something comforting in that, but they also are nervous that maybe things are changing for the better in all areas of your life. And if that's true, then they're worried that maybe you're not really talking about your relationship, if you're in one, or if you've met someone new. You might be seen as somebody who kind of keeps that quiet. Hello, Aunt France, how are you doing? They do, it's true. Hello, Brandon, how are you doing? We have the Seven of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. So I think they have gotten access to your social media under some false pretext or false name. And there's something here about trying to pick the right time to come back around and not really knowing how to do that because you don't put more information on your social media. So basically, like, keep it up, I guess. Keep them guessing. Because this is somebody who, I don't know, I feel like they need to pay closer attention to their intuition. I think they're getting signs. I think they have been getting signs, but they don't pay as close attention to them as you do. All right, we're going to move to the personal questions, and we have Jalissa up first. Jalissa is asking what is going on with the week ahead, or how's the week looking? High Priestess in the reverse, Lovers in the reverse. I feel like you have a little bit of an unexpected moment here, Jalissa. I don't think you expected to have a choice in love. It feels to me like we have somebody who might express their interest in you, and I see you being a little bit perplexed. Like, I don't know if I should do anything about that. Like, is this person flirting with me? And if they confirmed it for me, how do I feel about that? And am I interested or not? So there could be some like attempted analysis over confession or some mixed signals, or, is this something that I would entertain? I mean, this is a good sign. We got Temperance, which literally talks about being a good match or a good pair. Kind of like when a cocktail knows how to have a balance and flavor. So this could be a good person that you may initially feel is not a good person to pursue, but the more you think about it, you might be more open to it. Hello, Sita, how are you doing? Nope, just started the personal questions. Jalissa, I hope the week goes well for you. So we've got Lee up next. We've got Cranky Pants going on. What is going on with the irritated hubby? So we have the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, the Chariot, and the Five of Wands. Yeah, very argumentative energy, and it feels to me like part of it is a frustration over what is expected or what feels restrictive to him right now. King of Swords, Five of Swords. He's in a self-sabotaging energy or kind of like a destructive energy. If you've ever been in like a long line or been a little bit impatient trying to pick up lunch or baked goods or gas, I don't know. Maybe someone's turning in their lottery tickets, right? And you're like, oh, how much time do I have for this? Some people will respond to those situations kind of like a jerk. Like, my time is very valuable. But I think especially those that work with the general public probably have a lot of appreciation for people who can just kind of roll with the punches and be like, hey, sometimes technology doesn't work. Sometimes you have an unruly customer. Like, these things happen. I'm just going to sit here. I have a cell phone for this very reason. I could play some Sudoku. Like, no. I feel like there's something here about just everything being negative because of not being able to do something. What does he want to do? Not learn. He doesn't want to change. This is an internal battle that he likes to paint as an external battle. I know that I need to make this change. I know that I need to grow up. I know that I need to quit this behavior. I know it. Maybe my doctors told me, maybe my friends, maybe my family, maybe everybody under the sun. But you know what? If I quit doing that thing, then how am I supposed to like scratch that itch of being destructive? So it's anger over knowing that everybody is right and not wanting to do what everybody is telling him to do. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is looking like a missed opportunity where he could have made a pretty significant change in his life, but he's doing like this, like, I don't wanna. Don't make me. Like when you're trying to tell a 5-year-old kid they have to put on a coat before they go outside because it's like 23 degrees outside. And they're like, no one will see my cool dinosaur shirt. Sorry for comparing your husband to a 5-year-old, but he's got to like admit this is something that has to happen. Okay. Hello, Jamaica. How you doing? All right, let's get a different tarot deck. And Lee, I hope things improve for you. And I'm sending you a hug. We've got Aorva up next. Feeling a little bit conflicted. Did I make the right decision as far as letting him go? What do we have for Aorva, please? Thanks, Lemonade. Horseman, or the Knight of Pentacles, or Rupees in the reverse. We have the Two of Rods, or Two of Wands in the reverse, and the Eight of Rupees, or Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is basically saying if you put in all of your effort, all of your energy, it still won't make up for the fact that he isn't doing what he needs to do. So if he were committed to the long term, or if this were just a little obstacle, then yes, it's like you have a full back seat of groceries. The two of you just went to the grocery store. I'm sure this is different for everyone because we're an international collective here, but if the two of you go to a grocery store and get a bunch of food and you have to haul it in, maybe not everyone's like me. I like getting it all in the house the first trip. Like, let's not make this complicated, right? I don't care how much I have to carry. But this person's not willing to carry their share. Even if they have more muscles, or even if they have like a better capacity to carry things, they're still like, you got it, right? I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna watch a little TV, and I'm sure it'll only take you like 4 trips, but you could do it all yourself, right? This is someone who's not putting forth the effort that they should, and you can't make up for it by increasing your efforts. This is someone who is emotionally immature. So do you let him go? At least for now. And I kind of hesitate saying that. But I will say that it gets easier over time. You can love someone and let them be over there and acknowledge that they need to be in that timeout for a little bit. I don't know why I keep comparing this to or these questions keep coming up with like 5-year-old comparisons. But, there were times where I really irritated my parents. You, Carmen? No, I could never imagine you being obnoxious. You're just so delightful. Oh, I could be real obnoxious, let me tell you. I once left a pack of crayons in the in my dad's vehicle, like on the dashboard. So all the crayons melted onto, yeah, no, I could be pretty bad. Granted, that was just me forgetting it. But like, what I'm getting at is this is somebody who you need to let them have their time to think about it. When I was misbehaving and difficult as a child, my parents would encourage me to think about things, right? This person needs a timeout, and it's not just for like 2 hours. They need a timeout, and they need to understand what it would be like without you, right? Okay, looking for your question. Thank you, Dana. I cannot find it. I'm trying to find. Sorry for the weird accents, kind of. They just happened, you guys. Oh, there we go. Energy check-in with Bond. And anything to be careful of. I got you. All right. And good luck to Aorva. Remember that you deserve to be treated with respect. And someone should be honored that they're able to work alongside you as a team, right? All right, so for Donald, we've got random card pulling. At least I think so. I think you said yes, that was okay. Hello, Cyber, how are you doing? Hello, Veronica, how are you today? Hello, Crystal. You're welcome, Aorva. All right, so what do we have for Donald, please? The Star in the reverse. The Queen of Cups. Someone who has lost their way is at a crossroads. This person does not have all the information that they need to make the decision that they need to make, but they're feeling like they have to make a decision anyways. I do think that this is somebody who is deciding to remain in the situation because they are feeling a lack of confidence in what they believe to be true. So this could be somebody who's staying in a job where they were a little bit worried that maybe I should be looking for a new job if there's no job security here. But they end up staying, hoping that there's not going to be an ending. This could be somebody who's staying in a relationship or remaining in a friendship, even though there have been some struggles that make it seem a little bit murky as to whether or not you could trust that person. I do feel like this is somebody who is delaying the inevitable, avoiding the decision that needs to be made. Something needs to end. A relationship, a job agreement, a project, something. Because whatever they're hoping is going to work out, it seems a little bit shaky. I hope that's helpful. Hello, Vivo. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you, Cyber. All right, so we did also have Two of Cups. There's someone here who's very protective of you, Donald, and I mean somebody who's not alive. I hope that doesn't spook you out. We're going to move on to Dana. What is the message from Dana's mom, please? Hello, Paco. How are you doing? Nine of Cups. Three of Swords in the reverse, and Judgment in the reverse. This feels to me like something you want, something that is very healing for you, is happening. Why the Judgment in the reverse? This is saying you have control over getting something that you want. Don't let somebody create an illusion and make it seem like you can't. It's like somebody's trying to get you to feel like the decision isn't yours, and the decision is yours. So, Mom is saying, be very aware of the power or the control that you have over your own life or your own situation. Thank you, Dreamsy. What do we have from Grandpa Francis, please? Page of Wands, Nine of Swords in the reverse, Magician. Kind of seems to align with your mom's message. Don't forget your power, what you're capable of. There is something here causing you anguish, and it seems both of them are saying you're giving too much power or control to another person. This is what you're able to decide or what you're able to do. It could even be pertaining to your mindset. Don't let somebody else have too much control over your mood or how happy you are, right? Yes, exactly. Hello. What do I call you? Can I call you Rose? Hello, Mark. How's it going in Newcastle? All right, and what about an energy check-in with Bond, please? The World. The Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups in the reverse, Three of Wands in the reverse. So I do feel like there is a conclusion or like an elevation happening here, some truth that he's understanding. He's perhaps been the type to ignore his intuition, but it was due to a lack of self-love. Didn't really seem to have genuine confidence. So it had or has impacted his ability to have or exert control over his own life. Yeah, I bet you do. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who's trying to get in tune with themselves, understand their intuition. So this is progress. It may feel like distance, but he needs to know himself better and get more in tune with that intuition. So I would say this is progress. Anything that Dana needs to be careful of, please? Three of Pentacles or Three of Rupees. And the Queen of Rupees or Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Whoa, okay, hold on. Queen of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels to me like a bad influence. Specifically, this is about money. So there could be someone who you normally trust to give good advice or who seems like they would be an expert and they tell you something that you need to verify. This is somebody who's trying to sound like an expert or like more of an expert, but they really don't know what they're talking about. So be cautious of somebody who feels like they know more than you do. The reality is you know the right move and they're discouraging you from going that right direction. So very much so seems to be a good time for you to feel confident in what you know and how you can navigate things because, yeah, a lot of these messages are about you listening to your intuition. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm hungry. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to.